Hello everybody, it's Blocky and welcome back to another video. Today we are taking a trip to Italy in Minecraft. So the first thing I did whenever building this city is look on the internet and find some really nice pictures of Italy right here. And honestly, I've never been to Italy before, but just from everything I've heard about it, between the food and the culture and everything, it's probably a pretty interesting place to go to. And like these pictures just look insane. Like Italy has some of the best architecture, if not the best architecture in the entire world, between the ancient Roman architecture and then now everything that's modern that they have. And even if you throw in like the Vatican in there with it, you know, it just seems like a really cool place to visit. But anyways, so what I did was I found a picture I liked, particularly this one, the very first one that pops up on Google right here. And then I went over to ChatGPT and I said, use this image, design 10 buildings I can make, and didn't really get the hint, but it made this really cool picture right here of basically the original image in Minecraft, which is really impressive. But I kind of wanted it to make me individual buildings, so then it developed this image right here for me. And if we click on this, the first thing I'm going to do in this video is make these buildings in Minecraft. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first building we're going to go ahead and make is the one in the top left corner of the picture that I just showed you guys. So this building's pretty interesting, and it's the first one, so it takes me a while to kind of get the hang of it and how to build this style building. I haven't really done anything like this before, so this is kind of a new building style for me, and it definitely takes me a little while to kind of get the hang of how to build this type of building. But I go ahead and finish those first two buildings, and then this one is the building where I start to feel comfortable with actually building these types of Italian villas right here, because like I said, I have not built anything like this at all. I'm from the United States, so buildings here look a lot different than the ones in Italy and Europe, and those parts of the world. So by now we're on the fourth building, and you know, I'm just kind of getting a little bit more confident with each new building that I build here, as it all comes together. So this building here is kind of interesting because I play around with the terracotta design a lot, and just kind of build the roof area with some chimneys right there. And then it takes me a while, like I said, to get the facade right as far as what I want the exterior of the building to look like. So these buildings don't have interiors. I didn't ever go in and add any interiors to them, but I try to put a lot of detail on the exterior for the city. So that building there I just copy and pasted, and then it kind of made it a little bit of a change. But now we're onto this smaller building here, which I'm just finishing up, and I'm going to copy and paste this one 2 more times because these 3 buildings all have a pretty similar design, but there's just a few features that are different with each one. For example, the one in the middle has a hip roof, whereas all the other buildings have a gable roof, which is pretty interesting. And now we are done with that building, and there's only 2 more buildings left to build, and these are like the bell towers that were on that original ChatGPT image. So I actually went in and used AI to develop the image with ChatGPT, and then I was able to kind of use that because it made it look like it was blocks like it was in Minecraft, and I was able to actually use that to build the building in Minecraft. Now I could have also pulled up a real picture and just used like a real picture from the internet, or even use Google Maps or Google Earth, but this was a new building strategy, and I think it turned out pretty well in the end. So now we have all 11 buildings. There are 11 buildings total that I built. And now I'm going to paste them all into the city. This is a new area of the map too, by the way. I had this road that I built in Blocky's World Atlas, and I kind of abandoned it after like a while, and then never built anything here. And then that was like 2 or 3 months ago when I built the road, and I unfortunately deleted the clips of me building that road. But now I'm actually able to use this part of the map, which I'm really excited for, because that was kind of bugging me that this area was not finished. I'm the type of person that likes to, once I start something, just finish it up. That's why you don't really see many of my cities have like a part 2 or anything like that, because I just build the whole city, finish it, and then move on to the next one. But anyways, as you can see here, I have all the buildings pasted, and now I'm just building pathways to connect them all together. So not every building is going to be right next to the main road. So the pathways are extremely important to get right. And now that the pathways are done, I'm able to add in all of the trees. And we are moving very quickly here on the timeline. But the next thing we're going to do is add lights to all the buildings. Because I kind of forgot to do that when I was building them. And now that the lights are complete, the only things I have left to do are add in the boats and the people. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right here, adding in these little gondolas. And I also, I almost forgot to add in the soccer field, so I'm going to go ahead and put that right there down by the docks. Wasn't really anywhere better to put it. But now we are already on to the showcase. So this is the city of Capriana right here, completed. And this is actually one of my favorite builds. It reminds me a lot of the other city I built, Christavica. So you can go back and look at my older videos until you find that one. That's a pretty cool city, but this city reminds me a lot of that one. And I really like these types of cities where they're kind of really use the nature. I feel like this city uses the nature pretty well as far as how all the buildings are into the landscape. So I hope that you guys enjoy this city. I really enjoyed building it. This is actually one of my favorite cities I've built in a long time. So we're just going to go down the main road here, and there are some luxury cars in this map as well. I found some luxury cars on Planet Minecraft that were built by other people. If you download the map on my Patreon, you'll see that each car has a sign that says the model and the creator, so that's pretty cool. And definitely a big shout out to all the creators who made these cars. I've been using them in a lot of my most recent cities because they are very cool models and just a different spice compared to the original regular family cars I have in the rest of my cities. But anyways, we are on to the main part of the showcase here. We just drove down the main road, and now I'm going to just step back and give you guys another side aerial view right here of the entire city. And then we're going to explore some of the pathways because, like I said, the main road isn't all that the city has to offer. There are a ton of pathways that connect all the buildings together that you can walk along. Pretty much anywhere besides the United States is extremely walkable. That means that there are no main roads and traffic and highways. There's walkable pathways that connect all the buildings together. But that is pretty much it. So you can download this on my Patreon for only $5 a month. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day.